For so long, you've been silenced. We have just found your voice. Take it, use it.
You assess Nigerians before we become politicians or before we become member of any political party. The kind of things that happen in Nigeria, this is so obnoxious that if God looks down from heaven, you realize that we are really paying for our sins.
Speak your truth and be heard on the Eagles Morning Rise, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on.
Right, it is Democracy Day today, June 12th of 2026, about 33 years, if I'm not mistaken, since 1993. Wow, we've come a long way, haven't we? Right, my name is Udwak Daniel, and I've got
Holy Ray, aka the Queen of Media,
That's
here.
Right. And we're talking politics and current affairs this morning. I mean, is the land green where you are? Is it something that one person has to do? Talk about Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? I'm not sure. One person can actually make the land green. It is a collective effort. So one or two or many more, each and every one of us have to join our hands together to ensuring that the Nigerian land is indeed green and it's not just hearsay. Right, today we're looking into something that borders around or is at the crux of conversation when it comes to matters that concern our identity, our entity, our level or placement where we are at and where we were before, as well as where we should be. Now, House passes state police bill, and some big questions Nigerians are asking is, will your governor now control the cops? Another question even Triple D had asked, what measures are there to ensure that there will not be an abuse of power by the state governments or governors? And it has also brought into limelight conversations that trended even from 1966.
Yeah, way back.
Way back in time. It's back again. 1966, I say. It is bringing it back, and here we are talking about these things. If you recall the regional police force in 1966, back in the day and all of that, and Nigerians are very concerned right now that, hey, now in 2026, should this state police bill pass and the Senate indeed adopts it, about 24 or 36 members, if they adopt it, if they consent to it, they approve it, the president signs it or consents to it, what is it going to be for in the workings of this state police should it come to bear? But let's just get a start into the discourse already proper. Right. Now, House passes state police bill. Why does this matter? As of yesterday, Thursday, 11 June 2026, the House of Representatives in Abuja voted to change Nigeria's constitution. Now, they want to create state police. Right now, Holaray, as we so speak, only the federal government controls all the police in Nigeria through the Nigeria Police Force, the NPF. Now, if this bill becomes law, each of the 36 states can have its own police force too.
Okay.
So, what exactly is going on?
Yeah, when you think about that, when you want to look at it and you see that what will really happen. I mean, the bill is called a bill for an act to alter the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That's right.
Now, the 1999 to provide for the establishment of state police and for related matters. That is the sixth alteration bill. Okay. Now, 2026, it was passed at the Committee of the Whole. The Deputy Speaker, Mr. Benjamin Kalu,
That's right,
from Abia State, presented the report as at that time. Now, a manual vote was done, and 289 lawmakers said yes, which means that one person did not vote. So nobody said no.
Great.
So it means we should just keep our fingers crossed.
Okay, let's keep the fingers crossed.
That's it.
Let's paint a little picture. Let's paint a picture now. I mean, let's think about security like NEPA.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right now, only the federal government gives police service to the whole country, right?
Yeah.
From Abuja. So it's like only one big generator serving all 36 states. If that generator has a problem, I mean, the whole country is in darkness, right?
That's it.
Bandits attack a village in Zamfara State, for example.
Yeah.
But the order to respond comes from Abuja, talking about the IGP now.
Yeah.
And that takes time, a lot of time.
Yeah.
So,
And of course, when you think about that, you see that the state police means each state can buy its own smaller generator. So you see, so Lagos State, can have Lagos Police.
Yeah.
Kano State can also have Kano Police.
Right.
They know the street, the language, and the hideout in all hook and cranny of that environment. So they can respond faster, but there is fear. What if a governor uses his state generator to switch off light in his enemy's house?
That's right.
So this is the abuse, that worries a lot of people, a lot of concerned citizens right here about the state police.
Right.
Nothing much.
okay, well, there's going to be 3 talking points to start the conversation.
Yeah.
But just before we enter into all of these talking points, let's have you know that we'll be joined by 2 guests talking about the renowned prof now, expert in politics, administration,
Yeah.
and the Dean of Faculty of Social Sciences at the National Open University of Nigeria, Professor Kamal Bello, as well as an information professional, policy and public affairs analyst, Benedict Olalekan Agunloye, right? Now, they will indeed be adding their voice in the discourse this morning as we go about the conversation. Right.
That's it.
So I'll also want us to be very, very prudent. Please, as much as you can, be prudent.
Yeah.
And as you give your thoughts, seeing that we have limited time, please go straight to the point.
Keep it concise, and of course, no hate speech, okay?
No, please. All right, it's Democracy Day. We don't want to have no hate speeches on our hands this morning. So, yes, we'll keep it that way, and we ensure that we have a very good conversation this morning. Right?
That's it.
All right, I think we'll just begin. We'll begin by connecting with the good prof this morning, and let's get to hear what he thinks about this in view of Democracy Day. I mean, 33 years since 1993.
Wow.
What have we to show for in this many years? Hello, good morning to you, good prof, Professor Kamal Bello.
Good morning, sir, my uncle.
Good morning.
Good morning, my sister.
Good morning,
Good morning, my
Prof.
sister.
Good morning, Prof, and thanks for joining us.
That's right. Well,
Thank you. Happy Democracy Day.
happy
Same best
Democracy
wishes
Day.
to you, Prof.
That's right. Well, I'm going to let Holy Ray start the conversation already.
All right, so good morning once more, Prof, and thank you so much for joining us on this segment.
Thank you.
All right, so let's go straight to the conversation. Now, I will want to start by saying, if your governor controls a state police, for instance, will you feel safer from kidnappers or more scared of political harassment?
To be frank, with the experience we have with our governors, because we describe them as emperor,
Okay.
in the sense that they pocketed the legislative arm of government that can checkmate them.
Okay.
They dictate who will be the speaker there, and in the next set of election, they dictate who will come back to the assembly.
Okay.
So definitely, as a citizen of Nigeria, I will not be comfortable.
Okay.
Right. So
As the police being controlled by the government.
now, what are your concerns? 33 years since 1993, June 12, where MKO actually won, but that election was annulled, with 36 police forces instead of 1. Are you concerned about who pays the salaries and whether or not the poor states like Yobe or Ekiti can afford it? Especially in view of a time where we are now, where even the minimum wage of 70,000 naira has not even been paid by most states or some states. And here it is, labor and the TUC are pushing for 1 million naira as wage to compensate and commensurate with the reality of Nigeria.
There's no doubt about that. But if you know the nitty-gritty of how the police is being run in Nigeria,
Okay.
you will see that the federal government is just by name, that the police is under them. Police is being funded either 50 or 60 by the federal government and 40 state, local government. No matter the duty you give the police at the state level, even in some local government, they build their offices for them. States build offices for them. And there's allocation from the state to the police as rolling costs already. So it is not solely funded presently by the federal government. There are certain things that the states, local government, even individuals, that you need the services of the police. There are some things you do. When police escort you, you pay. I'm sorry to even say, yes, I'm even sorry to say, if you go to police now and make a complaint, you pay for bar, you pay for paper. If you are not paying for computer typing. So thank you.
Right.
All right, Prof. In as much as that is hilarious, it is what it is, right? Now, let's look at it from a different perspective. Now, when the bill says federal police can step in when state police fail. Now, who decides when a state police has failed, and can that be misused? Do you think that can be misused?
You know one thing about our life in Nigeria, we have beautiful theoretical paperwork, but when it comes to practice, implementation, that's why we run into problems. It may be fine on paper, and even on paper now we are seeing contradictions. You are saying state police, the state assembly will legislate over it, and then the National Assembly will ratify. It's too cumbersome because it's a federal system of government. Federalism. Federalism means levels of government who are autonomous, and that's what we call unity in diversity. There's diversification. States, but constitutionally has power with its legislator to make law that will affect the states. So for the federal to be intervening is even against the spirit of federalism. But unfortunately for us in Nigeria, we have poor practices. You remember, Buhari did it, local government money to go to them. He called it executive approval. When Tinubu came in, he even went as far as Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court passed judgment that this allocation of the federation account to local government should go to them direct. It is implemented 2 years after. So the same thing, this law of police is under state. It is legislated by the state assembly and then approval of the National Assembly. It's cumbersome, it's contradictory.
Okay, so you think the process is too much?
Yes, it is cumbersome. It's too, that's what we call in bureaucracy, red tapeism, or bureaucratic bottleneck.
Okay, in as much as you think that is, if you recall that back in history, in 1960, Nigeria had regional police. And of course, the Western region, Eastern region, and Northern region, each had their own police. Recall that in January 1966, after the military coup, General Agui Arunsi from Abuja State unified the police under federal control to stop regional abuse. So since then, all police answers to the Inspector General of Police in Nigeria. And then also recall that in 2012, that's 2012, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar from Adamawa State first publicly called for state police.
That's right.
Saying central policing had failed. Recall that in February 2018 also, the National Security Summit organized by the Senate under Dr. Bukola Saraki from Kwara State recommended state police. You understand? Now, so recall that in August 2019, the APC Committee on True Federalism, led by Governor Nasru El-Rufai from Kaduna State, also recommended state police.
I mean, we can go on and on. I mean,
we can go on and on.
In 2023, even the President Bola
Yes.
Tinubu, during campaigns, he promised to support state police. And if you take it to 2024 now, the federal government and all the 36 state governors agreed at the National Economic Council meeting that state police was needed due to rising, insecurity and all of that. I mean, even in 2025,
yes.
I mean, this conversation has trended since
it's just last year. It's been on.
The House Committee on Constitution Review also had a zonal public hearing, and most Nigerians who spoke supported state police, but asked for safeguards against governors using them for elections.
So that's the fear. And that's what is in the mind of a lot of people. And also if we want to go on this, we have a lot to say about it, Prof. And also not forgetting that the House of Representatives passed a bill on the 11th of June, 2026. So now the vote count was 289 in favor of 0 against. 1 abstention. Yes. The bill amends Section 214 of the 1999 Constitution. It will create 2 levels of police. First, federal police controlled by the president.
That's right.
Then second, state police controlled by governors.
So by all standards.
So you see?
By all standards, Prof, do you think this is going to affect the inner workings of a state? Will it consolidate, the state, or will it just magnify the state? Don't forget that you mentioned the local government autonomy, right? And it's still been a battle, even after the overall court, Supreme, made a supreme judgment. And it has not still executed up until now. The state government or government are still withholding local government funds.
It hasn't reflected.
Now, there are some people who believe that with this, there are 2 possibilities. One, the state government might decide now and say, okay, local government will give you autonomy.
Yes.
But wouldn't that also be ironical? Because now the security architecture of that state, in that state, will now be controlled by the state government. I mean, if you look at it, what comes to mind in terms of democracy, in terms of leadership, especially today that we are marking Democracy Day? What comes to mind about the inner workings? Will there be limitations? Will there be space for growth and development? Will insecurity be truly tackled in the
from the grassroots,
states?
Especially from the grassroots?
That's right.
Yeah.
Please, I'm sorry to differ a bit.
Okay.
And say 1 or 2 things about us in Nigeria. I don't know Nigerians, we the elite. We are the ones shouting. Those who do not, who are market sellers, who are farmers, what concerns them? What do we eat has even been a problem for them. We are the ones looking for this is not good, this is not bad, this is bad, this is this, and so on and so forth. To begin with, even this non-control by governor of federal police is questionable. Because the governor is the one that sits on security meeting, and the head of military, head of police, head of SSS, will sit and is one presiding over the meeting and dictate what will be done in the state. We are still thinking in the era of Lugard, whereby a commissioner of police in the state, with approval of the IG, who is in Abuja, and then the Lugard period will now send a wire, what we call telegraph, and it will take days to come back. It's era of technology. Commissioner of police talking to the IG, or even the commandant of the task force in your state as a governor, to contact the army chief. Does it take time? Within a second, he has contacted and gotten approval. It's not that we pass through anybody. He has a direct line as Commissioner of Police to talk to the IG. There's a crisis in my state, and then this is what I want to do. And the governor asked me to do this. Within minutes, it's approved. You send email, approval is there. You send that WhatsApp, approval approved, with the signature of the IG. So we are still thinking in Lugard way that, the governors are not in control of police, that's what they want to create. We just like to be doing what you call motion without movement. You are just shaking body and you are still on the same spot. All of these things will not solve our problem. And remember, we have police. Later the issue of FRS killing. Later the issue of civil defense killing. Later we are talking of forest guide.
Yeah.
It came in. When it happens in Oyo recently, the president said he approved 1,000 forest guards. The question some of us are asking intellectually, if the military cannot, if military with the equipment, with training, cannot checkmate terrorism, cannot checkmate terrorists, the police cannot do it, the civil defense cannot do it, you are not saying one forest guard or vigilante or what is back. We not check. It's questionable. We are only moving, we are only making motion without movement. All these things we are doing cannot solve our problem. Let's equip the soldiers. Let's give them enough training. They are gadgets. They are talking recently that most of the CCTV camera we have been reported for in Abuja or somewhere could not even be found in billions of naira. The one that the president promised in Jos, is it fixed up to now? 3 months after? We are not looking serious. We are only trying to play on our intelligence. And take note again. The bill approved by the National Assembly, we still have to go to Senate for approval.
Okay.
We still have to go to 2/3 of the State Assembly. How long will that take? 2/3 of state, 24 states Assembly must approve. Because it's a constitutional matter.
Right.
And the Constitution provides that before you tinker with a word, the National Assembly treated, the State Assembly treated must approve. Then the assent by the President must be there.
Okay.
So it's a process as well. It's not something that we just pass today and it's happening tomorrow.
Right.
Even before the election in January, can they finish this? Before the handover by May, can they finish the process?
All right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Prof, let's quickly take this call.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'll give you once
Yeah.
again.
Good morning to you.
Your name and location.
My name, Honorable.
All right. Talk to us,
See,
Honorable.
I am not, as I earlier said today, and I'm not, and I will never be comfortable with this state policy. You see, I am always attending, all these public hearings, all these serious public hearings, because I like situations where the right thing will be done. I don't know when they even conduct this public hearing. As you said doing this thing, I was going to see whether the public hearing has been conducted by the National Assembly. I don't know whether they do it just only them at their committee level, which is wrong. Because see, nobody is against state politics. There is a maturity there. Is a maturity there. And I don't know, I want to ask again, are they going to take this thing to state for the approval? State House Assembly to approval?
Okay.
I don't know whether they are going to state. It's a serious amendment. It's a bill. Something that will affect this country. You are saying, are they going to give in that bill? I don't know whether it's Koboko that they are going to give this to give police, state policing. Because honestly, the governor will use this and finish us.
All right.
Especially those that are going for second term. There is no governor that will run this election to go back to government house.
All right.
And what is the method? Who is going to pay them? If federal governments are going to pay them, fine. Let them be state police. The federal government should make a look. Because look at what is happening. You talk about local government autonomy. I am telling you, in our local government, for 3 years, 24.something billion have been given to them. No single project, as one project.
All right, Honorable.
It's on record.
No. Time
So I am scared. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I am scared.
All right, Honorable says that he's scared about the state police. Well, Prof, we'll give you the rights to respond to it in a short bit, but we've got to pay
some bills,
right
and
now.
we'll be right back.
We'll
so,
back.
Prof, please stay with us.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
When President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appointed Nyesom Wike as Minister of the Federal Capital Territory in August of 2023, expectations were high. Known for his infrastructure-driven administration as Governor of Rivers State, many Nigerians wondered whether he would bring the same pace and energy to the nation capital. Nearly 3 years later, Abuja bears visible signs of a government determined to accelerate development. From major road construction projects to urban renewal initiatives and increased budget performance, the Federal Capital Territory has witnessed significant activity under Wike's leadership. One of the most visible aspects of the administration has been its aggressive infrastructure agenda. Across Abuja, new roads have been constructed, while several abandoned projects have been revived and completed. Major road networks linking urban districts and satellite communities have improved accessibility, reduced travel times, and opened up economic opportunities for residents. Rural communities have also benefited from road projects aimed at connecting previously underserved areas to the city center. The administration has also embarked on the construction and rehabilitation of critical public facilities. Among these are the renovation of the International Conference Center, the construction of the Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal, and the development of key interchanges designed to ease traffic congestion within the city. Beyond physical infrastructure, the minister has repeatedly emphasized fiscal discipline and project delivery. According to the FCT administration, Abuja achieved between 90 and 95% implementation of its 2024 budget, a figure described as one of the highest performances in the history of the territory. The administration maintains that virtually every project captured in the budget received attention and funding. Supporters argue that this level of execution demonstrates a commitment to translating budgets into tangible projects rather than mere paperwork. Residents in several communities have acknowledged improvements in road infrastructure and access to government services. Community leaders in rural districts such as Kwali, Buari, and Gwagwalada have praised projects that have brought development closer to grassroots populations. Economic activity have also received a boost from the administration's infrastructure push. Construction projects have created jobs, stimulated local businesses, and enhanced investor confidence in Abuja's development prospects. The government has consistently maintained that infrastructure remains a key driver of economic growth and improved quality of life. There is broad acknowledgement that Abuja has experienced an unusually high volume of visible construction and infrastructure activity during this period.
On several occasions, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has publicly commended Nyesom Wike for what he described as his commitment to project delivery, urban renewal, and the transformation of the Federal Capital Territory. During the commissioning of various projects across Abuja, the president praised the minister's drive, describing the pace of development in the FCT as evidence of purposeful leadership and effective governance. For many observers, the relationship between the president's vision for the nation's capital and the minister's execution of that vision has become one of the defining features of the current administration. Beyond Abuja, the minister's performance has also attracted attention in his home state of Rivers. Many Rivers people, community leaders, youth groups, women associations, and stakeholders have expressed pride in seeing one of their own entrusted with the responsibility of managing Nigeria's capital city. Several groups have publicly thanked President Tinubu for finding Nyesom Wike worthy of such a strategic national assignment.
As the Federal Capital Territory continues its journey towards becoming a modern, efficient, and globally competitive capital city, the legacy of Nyesom Wike's tenure will likely be judged by the durability and impact of these projects in the years ahead. For now, the roads, bridges, public buildings, and renewed construction activities across Abuja stand as visible markers of an administration focused on infrastructure, execution, and transformation. This has been a documentary on the performance and achievement of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, since assuming office in Abuja in 2023. Sponsored by K&K Construction Property Homes Limited and engineer Kelvin Dobbin Green and Friends.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Smart conversation already. Remember, we said we'll be connecting with two guests, and we heard from Professor Kamal Bello, and now we are connecting with Sir Benedict Olalekon Agunloye to help us understand this conversation. And yes, you two will be a part of the discourse. Sir Benedict, welcome aboard.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well,
and thank you for joining us.
That's right. So, Benedict, here we are again. State Police. 286, if I'm not mistaken, or 89 voted for it. And now here we are. We are waiting for the Senate. And should the Senate approve it, of course, the President will consent to it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Generally speaking, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, the state police is an idea that the time has come, and I think that the National Assembly of our Assembly has demonstrated their desire to have the state police in place. We need to wait for the Senate to pass a concurrent bill, and then of course we will now expect that 24 out of the 36 state House of Assembly will agree. Because we all know that if they cannot get 24 out of the 36 state House of Assembly to agree, that is the end of the process for now. They would have to start afresh another time. So we are praying and hoping that the state assemblies would concur. And then we also hope that in the Senate version of it, whatever anyone could identify as a lacuna or a gap in what the House of Rep has passed will possibly be amended. But obviously, we need the state police. There is no doubt about that. We are tired of governors at every opportunity claiming they are chief security officer by mouth. Let them have the police to run it. And at that point, governors can be totally held responsible for the crisis and the problem and the negligence in their state. And I think the provisions that permit you say, okay, if as a state you think you do not have the resources to run the police for now, of course, the federal government will play the big brother in helping out. But while that is on also, I think that such governors should be made to accept that it is still his responsibility. Somebody was only helping out, and so it is not an excuse for him to go around and shouting, I am not in control. You do not expect to be in control of a set of staff whose salary you don't pay, whose welfare you are not taking care of. So definitely that comes to that. Then we also hope that when the time will come for recruitment, that the right processes will be followed.
Okay.
But what we also should know is that even though the bill is passed this month,
Yes.
a lot of process will still go into being before we can have full implementation. Recruitment would not take one day. Training is a matter of a minimum of 6 months.
Right.
So we know that effectively, perhaps it will be about mid next year or April next year, if at all you begin to see the setup, that's when it will begin to happen.
That's right.
So it's something that will take a minimum of 1 year
Before
for it
to
to begin
stabilize.
to take effect. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But
So,
Yeah.
yes, please go on. Lan, sorry.
yeah, but it's a good thing that at least the process has commenced, and we have seen the overwhelming desire of the President and the National Assembly to have it take off.
All right.
So now, Sir Benedict Olalekun, you're also aware that the National Assembly will set a minimum standards for all state police, and no state can start its police until its state House of Assembly passes a law and the National Assembly certifies it. It means until they certify that it meets standards.
Yeah.
You understand?
And just to add,
Yes.
Yeah.
just to add to it, the Inspector
No,
General of Police.
that's very important.
Okay.
You know, we say it oversight. If you don't have a minimum standard that is to be met,
Okay.
then anybody can just set up anything, and then they will create problems. Now, take note that our states have boundaries. So it means that if, for instance, we set up something that is not standard, it will affect Osun, it will affect Edo, it will affect Kogi, it will affect Ekiti, because they are neighboring states.
Yes.
If Kogi set up something that is wrong, about 9 other states and the FCT will be affected,
Can be affected
across the southwest, the north central, and the southeast. So it means therefore that there has to be a minimum standard. You can decide to go higher than that, but not lower.
All right.
And I think that is very, very much in order.
Let's put
Okay,
a
let's
pen to
take
your
this
Because
call.
we have boundaries.
All right, let's
That's
put a pen to
it.
your thoughts and just take this call. Hello, good morning.
Mr. You did the money to
Oh,
go
Triple D.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good
Welcome
morning.
aboard. Talk to us.
My name is Triple D. Mr. Yudi, thank God for the submission of the prof. In fact, I'm very happy, and if people like them will keep on talking, maybe government will listen.
Right.
My wisdom in life is profitable to direct. Okay, why is it that you have all these forces? Is it Nigerian Army, Nigerian Police, Civil Defense, Air Force, NDI, DSS, SSS, name the vigilante group, forest guard, hunters, civilian JTF, and yet you cannot cope up these very, very challenges. And in the midst of these very terrible challenges, these people cannot handle it. You want to create state police. I still remain on this. I have to ask this question. If these state police are being created, how are you going to give them weapons? On all these agencies we mentioned, you still want to create a state police. How do you how you want to give these people weapons on top of all these ones? Are we honest?
Okay. All right, Triple.
God bless you and have a nice day.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Triple D now asked that question. Well, the Inspector General of Police will still be appointed by the President on the advice of the Nigeria Police Council, and that's what we've made to be told.
Yeah.
And it will be confirmed by the National Assembly. Now, if you take it to states now, the State Commissioner of Police will be appointed by the Governor of the advice of the Nigeria Police Council and confirmed by the State House of Assembly. You should also know that governors can give lawful orders to state commissioners on public safety if a commissioner thinks the order is unlawful, he can report to the Nigeria Police Council for final decision. Are you aware of that, Sir B?
Yeah, definitely that is there.
Okay.
Now, like you want to look at, I think the name is even been changed to the National Police Council.
That's right.
Okay.
Just like we have the National Judicial Commission, responsible for appointing the chief judge in the state. The governor nominates, the National Judicial Council decides, and of course, that goes back to the state and it operates. So if you are going to have a National Police Council, it tells you that the governor cannot arbitrarily appoint or remove the police commissioner.
Okay.
Just the same way, he cannot arbitrarily appoint or remove the chief judge of the state. So to a large extent, I think some of those things are put in place for the purpose of control.
Right.
And for those who think we don't need state police,
Yes.
it is because they have not interacted appropriately and correctly with our security architecture. The truth is that whether it's the army or the federal police or the civil, they are all short-staffed. And if you decide to do a national recruitment, you might still not meet the specific need of some states. National recruitment will say every equality of states, so which means Niger will provide 10, Lagos will provide 10. Right?
Yeah.
Bayelsa will provide 10. And in the end, Lagos needs 30. Bayelsa needs 8. Niger needs 25. It means that somewhat there will still be imbalance. But when you have the state police, Niger will recruit what they need or what they can carry, the capacity they can carry.
Yeah.
Lagos will recruit what they need and the capacity they can carry. And that way, you run around in all the different states. And states that do not have capacity will definitely have to continue to rely on the center for the time being. But obviously, I think those who are campaigning against state police on the side of the application do not really understand the extent of the for boots on ground across the nation. Right. When you say forest guard, what is 7,000? Take all the 7,000 to Niger and they will disappear in the forest and there will still be ungoverned cities. So we need to at least get more men into it. And if allowing the state to do the recruitment will create some form of more moral balance and relevance to the grassroots, I think it is just in order. Because for me, if the DPO is from the local government, I don't see why anybody in the local government want to burn down the police divisional headquarters and decide to kill a DPO whose brothers and sisters and parents are living in the same local government with them. But in the current practice, you saw when in Kano they had to murder a police DPO. For me, that was cold-blooded murder. So in the aspect of the state police, those are things you would avoid. Some form of illegal arrest, some form of even brutality that we accuse the police of today may no longer be possible. In which case the police would then operate partly at the consent of the people like it is done in the UK and not just the brute force of the... So to a large extent, we are moving forward.
All right.
We just need to ensure that funding is well defined.
That's right.
Controls are well defined so that they do not also become a property or a gang that will now be used wrongly by anybody.
Okay, so for the sake of time, if you've been listening to us, you will hear that a lot of persons, the worry is not just about forming the state police. The worry in the minds of many Nigerians is if they will be given the capacity and be, allowed to carry out their responsibility efficiently, especially looking at the fact that if the regional police had existed before in 1966 and were scrapped due to abuse, So now, what do you think is new? What is going to be the new safeguards in this 2026 bill that will stop the history from repeating itself going forward?
No, basically, we are now more informed than we were in 1960. There is no doubt about that.
Right.
In 1960, you could count the number of Nigerians in any profession at all, including line, including media, including security studies. I'm not even sure any such courses existed at this time. So I think that today we are more positioned to manage our affairs better than before. As of today, we are better positioned to see examples of what is happening across Europe, across North America, some part of Asia, and even in the Oceania. So we have more opportunity and more information around us to operate with. And to a large extent also, we need to know that policing globally has changed, means of training globally has advanced, and so if we recruit rightly and we train appropriately and we provide the right tools, I want to believe that the police will do their job. Of course, there is the fear of those who felt the governors would abuse state police. No governor will be there for more than 8 years. No governor will be there forever. And the truth is that when you come, as it is today, people recruited into the federal forces from 2000 to 2007 that some people felt were brought in based on patronage and the rest, and some of them were possibly not in the best interest of the nation. Is the president able to sack all of them? The answer is no. Right? So which means that at any point in time, there will be balance. Because so what we need to focus on is ensuring that the people recruited are not recruited on patronage, but they are recruited on the desire to do the job. They are trained properly and they are equipped appropriately. When that is in place, the tendency of one governor or somebody to use them inappropriately will be much lower. And like we said, there is the National Police Council. People report judges across the nation to the National Judicial Council. I'm sure that the same way we should make provision for petitions to go to the National Police Council where action can be taken. We are not dissolving the federal police, which means if in the state we think things are not done properly and things are going out of order, then the federal can still move in to get certain things done correctly and appropriately.
All right, Sir Benedict, thank you so much for adding your voice in the discourse. We feel so good, humbled and elated that you can indeed, out of your busy schedule, have this conversation with us this morning. Right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we will get back now finally with our prof.
That's it.
We were not
for the
able
final
to have,
sign out to have a conclusion.
We should have a final sign out
because,
from the prof himself, because the prof has expressed some of his concerns, very deep concerns regarding his thoughts on state police. And now Sir Benedict is saying that we are in a modern time repetition of what happened in 1966.
That's what we just have to be optimistic about it.
Well, Prof, we don't have so much time, but just before we get to your voice and your final thoughts on the matter, all right, let's quickly take these messages. Now, we see this one is coming from Yusuf, all the way from Wusay too. So Yusuf is saying, good morning, UD and the colleague. Happy Democracy Day. That's right.
Same to you.
Great. It says, your guest has spoken well. The House may have passed the state police bill without critical scrutiny, just to satisfy the idea of the president in his days with Nadeco. Now, the crimes that was prevalent at the time was highway armed robbery, burglary, and other petty crimes. The crimes we are battling now is full-scale invasion of the country through the family of Boko Haram and bandits. I am therefore at a loss on how will a state police tackle the heavily armed bandits that have defied the might of Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Police, the SS, and the CDC, Immigration, and so on for 15 years. My fear is that state police will become an instrument of state terror, in which case democracy will turn to dictatorship, godfatherism will hold sway, rulership becomes family affairs, corruption and impunity will be instituted, and the masses will be under siege. It may even end up consuming those who support its creation. Have a nice day, he says. Now, we go to this one, and this one, oh, there's so much. I can't go any further. But, Prof, your final thoughts on this. The other guest that said, let's give it a chance.
Yeah, let's give it a chance.
You say,